Good morning. It is a little before 6. I got up late this morning. It is Saturday morning. I got up at 5:30. I did get up at 4:30. Tried this experiment yesterday where I put it's not an experiment because I'm going to keep doing it, but I basically put my phone, which is my alarm as well, like most people, on the other side of the room. And, thinking that if I get up, I will, I will stay up. My alarm went off at 4:30. And then I had my 4:55 backup alarm. Both of those went off. I did get up and turn them both off like an idiot. But uh, I went to bed at almost midnight last night, so I kind of knew that I wanted to get up at 5:30 this morning, just because I was like, I need at least 5.5. I need at least 5 to 5.5 hours of sleep if I'm going to be even reasonably productive for the few hours that I do have available to me today, because it is Saturday and it's a busy Saturday. So the experiment I think worked, but it's just I you know, getting a little bit later of a start than I like. And I was thinking about it this morning. I was thinking about it as I was coming out here. I was like frustrated because I'm like, all right, so I get frustrated because it's 5:30 in the morning on a Saturday and I'm getting up late. And most people think that's pretty good. You got 5.5 hours of sleep or five. I put my head down on the pillow at close to midnight, so it's like, you know and I did get up a little before. I was actually out of bed at like 5, 5:15, 5:20. So, but anyways, I get frustrated with myself sometimes. I feel like there's more I should be doing. And I look back at yesterday. I actually did my reflection this morning. That's why I'm out here, at 5:30, doing this, because I ended up sitting down to do my reflection and planning the day out, first thing this morning, which I normally don't do. I do it the night of, but I was like, I was too tired to do it last night. And as I was writing and feeling like yesterday was kind of like spinning my wheels type day, not getting done what I wanted done, I was like, well, I did get a lot done. I did do a lot of things. I don't know if all of those things, like, watching the Celtics get beat down last night was, pretty brutal. I bailed in the fourth quarter, like probably most people, but, you know, I don't know if all those things that I did yesterday were productive towards reaching my goals, towards crushing those goals, and towards catching my dreams. I know that obviously they're not, but at the same time, I have to start to think about, I do need to have a little bit of me time, or family, and obviously family time with my family. I did pick up Jonathan from Wentworth yesterday after his orientation overnight, which he seemed to have had a lot of fun with it. So that was great. So that again, that took time because we had to be there at. They said to be there at noon, so left here, 11:15, kind of wrapping things up, doing that sort of stuff, and felt like I was already running behind. I got a little distracted, but still productive. Yesterday, I saw something popped up on my LinkedIn, which I'm trying to be more active on, and someone, before I get into that, I'm gonna check this camera. All right, still rolling. Good. So something popped up on the LinkedIn feed yesterday, and it was about, it's someone that's in my network. They're hosting a meetup event, like perfect your pitch type event next week. And I'm not necessarily interested in perfecting a pitch because I haven't really planned a pitch, but I felt like, when you're doing an actual elevator pitch, and he's actually doing this thing where I think, people are riding up in a 20-second elevator or 30-second elevator, and that's with a VC, and you get to talk to them, and they give you feedback. And for me, that's important because it helps me to get in my head about NonaRev, which is the review platform that I'm going to be building, and it helps me to understand the vision that I'm driving towards, the long-term vision. This is not a 1 year, 2 year, 5 year vision. This is a 10 or 20 year vision. This is out a ways. This is something that's going to build and grow. And so, in order to in order to get that moving, I have to understand it. And so I was like, this is, so he was like, if you want to show up, great, apply here. If you want to actually do your pitch, here you go. Here's your opportunity to send in a pitch. And so I ended up spending about, I think, a good hour and a half. It was just like, so at 9 o'clock I found that, and I was still at 10, almost 11 o'clock. I literally went right through my meditation time, right through my time of saying like my I have a self mastery guide that I kind of read in the morning that kind of I'm supposed to read it twice a day, but I haven't been, but it's supposed to prime me for the day and keep my thoughts focused on what I'm doing, and I didn't do really either of those. I didn't do either of them. I just was focused on. I got into deep focus on writing a 200 word description of the platform, and refining it and working with chat and getting it better and figuring out what I wanted to say and what I wanted to incorporate, which was important. And I did it. So that was that I would say is a distraction, but it's not, because it needed to be done, and it keeps me. I realized I hadn't. It was Friday and I hadn't done any work on that platform all week. So even that on an hour and a half of deep focused work was very productive, which is great, because now that's next Thursday. So now I can move on to the actual shorter elevator pitch, which is, 20 to 30 seconds. And that's all you have for time. And so I've got to really dial it in and time myself. And I should get good at that, because when you meet people and you're trying to build a product, you have to sell them on the idea. You have to get them used to the idea that this is what I'm building, this is what I'm doing, and then you can get feedback. You want critical feedback on that. And that's the idea. You get dialed in, and you have the ability to have access to that critical feedback loop. So that's what I'm looking for. So did all of that sort of stuff. I ended up meditating last night before the Celtics game, and it was pretty interesting. And I'm gonna check the video one more time. Still going. It was interesting because it's going to be a thing on these videos, because I'm just really afraid that I'm going to do a 15-minute video and it's just not going to record. But anyways, yeah, so I meditated before the Celtics game started, and I asked, I said in the meditation, I don't know why I asked, I said, is it worth watching the game tonight? Are the Celtics going to sweep? And it was like something, and like a voice yelled back at me, no, 40. And I was like, okay. They lost by 38 points last night. I mean, like, who would have thought? 38 points. That's a crushing loss. And it's kind of interesting. You can tell that last night was people were watching the game because there's no traffic outside. I know it's a Saturday and it's early in the morning. It's, but still, it's less traffic than normal because I think a lot of people are out and up and doing things. But anyways, so yesterday was a good day. I didn't read yesterday, and I didn't read, but I got a lot done. And so that was important. Getting a lot of things done, but also things that move the needle. I did do a lot of social media posting. I looked at Notion for planning. I didn't get super far on that, but I feel like I kind of am starting to get dialed in. It's like I'm spending it's a new thing for me. So I spend I'm spending like a half hour, and then I'm gonna go back to it again today. Spend another hour on it, and just really try and get more into it and start figuring out how it can help me plan for social media posts and media in general. And then yeah, so I did that, and then I was also looking at sim racing. So it's just a lot of stuff going on yesterday. I was looking at the sim racing seats and what I have to spend. Looks like each setup is going to cost me a minimum $1,500 for everything that I need. So just for the four more setups, it's going to be $6,000 at least. And if I want to do eight, then I'm up at 12,000. So it's like yeah, it's an investment. So anyways, so today I have a short day. I have to be in Kenmore to work with groups, and that's pretty early. That's I'm gonna probably try and get there at 12:30, and I have a call with my accountability partner or coach this morning, so that's takes time. And I want to read, and I have to meditate before I go, and then when I come back, I'm coming back early, like probably like 4:30. I'll be back, but then I have to be back in Boston by 6 because I have a dinner tonight at the Somerset Club, which is like I guess a very exclusive private club, and it's like an annual dinner for that the Freemasons hold at my lodge, and so it's in Boston. It's pretty exclusive, and I bought a couple tickets, so we'll see who goes. I'm not sure my wife's gonna be going. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But if not, I think my son Jonathan wants to go. So we'll see. But anyways, uh, what am I doing all this work for? Why am I working so hard? It's like, what is it for money? Is it for recognition? Is it to not lose, to not fail? Is it to, to make my dreams come true? And I was thinking about that the other day, and my thought process was, you don't have to share why you work hard. You don't have to share why you get up in the morning. I mean, you should, but you should know it for yourself at least. You should know why you're doing it, because if you're starting to just get up and do things, that the movement is great and the action is great, but at some point, you're going to be, that whole thing of, the ship leaving the harbor and just going out. You have no destination. You're never going to reach there. You don't have a point in mind. You're never going to reach anywhere. You know what I mean? It's like anywhere is going to be good wherever you end up, and that's not what you want to do. It's like it's just not. It's like, you don't want to leave the harbor and end up in, Antarctica, and when you'd rather be sitting on a beach in Brazil, right? Or something. Who knows? I don't know. But the point is, like, you want to figure out why you're doing what you're doing, why you are trying to get up early, or stay up late. Again, I don't care. For me, it's not like, I'm not going to tell you have to get up early. I get up early. I used to stay up late. I used to stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Now I get up early. Now I'm up. Now I'm up when I was going to bed. um, I feel it's more productive for me, but again, that's on you. I'm not going to judge, or tell you what to do. I can't. Everyone's different, everyone's individual. But if you are putting in the extra time, if you are working a full-time job and putting in the extra time to get ahead, to push yourself, to learn, to educate yourself, to grow, to gain that knowledge that you need to reach the freedom that you want, you got to figure out what it is you're doing, why you're working. Is it financial freedom? What does that mean? How does that define? And that all comes back to goal setting, but it's very important to do those things. So, on that note, if anyone has any questions or whatever, just let me know. But I'm gonna get my day going. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Saturday already and getting things going and crushing your goals, making things happen, because no one's gonna do it for you. So until tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Peace out.